Good morning, everyone. We have Aaron Thompson with Manhattan Life today. He's going to be going over their Home Health Care Select product. Thank you, Aaron. Take it away.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Aaron Thompson. I'm the RVP. We did have a little bit of a technical issue, which seems to happen these days, but I think we've got it resolved. So hopefully everything will go smoothly at this point. Looking forward to chatting with you guys today about our Home Health Care Select product, and also just go into some details about some of the other products that we have and we offer, just briefly, so that you have an idea of what we do and how we do it. So with that being said, we'll get into it. So first thing I just want to share with you is that many of the front-facing managers here at Manhattan Life have sat across the table from clients. We really know what you deal with day in and day out, which is really why everything is designed around the agent experience. I do believe that service has always been at the forefront of a successful business, but never more have I felt it's been more important than today. I think innovation pushes us forward, definitely in technology, and is definitely important in today's environment. As we just saw, technology is important because we're all chatting, but of course, there's always some issues that can that can happen. It seems to be a normal day-to-day thing. But when you have when everything's going smoothly, you probably won't even remember my name. But if something happens where you need help, this is where I can add value. So nothing in life is perfect, neither are we. We do our very best to really help our agents to navigate, whether it's our systems, our being able to find support. All of those things are really important to us, and we really strive to give the best experience to agents. So do take my information down. As Miranda said, this is all being recorded, so I know they're going to shoot this out, and you can grab my information. If you need some help, I'm happy to facilitate that and give you a hand whenever you need. So obviously the product we're going to talk about today is our Home Health Care Select. But first, I just want to talk about a little bit about our company. In May of 2025, so May 29th of this year, we celebrated our 175th year in business, which makes us one of the oldest insurance companies in North America. We're privately held, which means we don't have to make decisions based on a board of directors. Everything that we do is based on how it impacts our customers, and we really view our customers as obviously our end users of our product, and of course our agents in the field. So we never feel like status quo is okay. We have launched new product over the last several years, and we are in the process of making some enhancements to those products, simply because of when we're out in the field and we're talking to agents, they're letting us know some of the things that they're looking for. And so when we can do it, whenever it's possible, we go ahead and we make those changes, and we will be seeing some enhancements to some of our products coming out here shortly, which hopefully everybody will be really excited about to continue to grow our distribution and our product set. So these are all the products that are available in our legacy under 65 products and our Lighthouse series. Lighthouse series is really a marketing umbrella targeted towards under 65. But I will tell you that most of our products in the under 65 Lighthouse series is available for under 65 and over 65. So, range of issue ages, and we do that because these are important things. Obviously, everybody's in a different kind of stage of their life where they might need one or many. These are a lot of the add-on products that you can help people with. They're all indemnity. So these are very, very helpful, even if someone has traditional insurance. These are things that can be added to their products that help protect them. So I'm just going to talk about a couple. The affordable choice, just in case you haven't heard of this, is in our under 65. Really is a hospital indemnity on steroids for individuals under 65 years of age. It's a fixed indemnity product that covers major medical. It can be used as a standalone or an alternative plan for ACA. I will tell you, it's not credible coverage, but it is an absolutely fantastic product that is getting a large amount of adoption all across the country because of how inexpensive it is, and also the benefits. It can also be used as a wraparound plan with the ACA to cover the gaps in those particular plans. It is an underwritten product, so the individual must health qualify to get it, but it's then guaranteed renewable for life at that point. We've got our OmniFlex short-term care product, which is, when you think about long-term care, it's not always that relevant anymore because costs can be very prohibitive. And then the ability to get through the underwriting health-wise can be challenging on these plans. So our short-term care plan offers a two-tiered underwriting, making it far more accessible to individuals. And you really can customize that coverage. We've got some great riders on it as well. So you can cover that short-term facility care is what it's really designed for. So think nursing home, assisted living facility, those types of things. But you can also get a home health care rider on as well with our hospital indemnity rider on that. Again, some of these are state specific, so you do have to check your specific state, but the riders are available in those states that will allow it. We've got our home health care select, which we're going to talk about today, our cancer, heart, and stroke plan. I think we all know that the occurrence of cancer in this country, as well as heart and stroke problems, is on the rise. These plans provide lump sum coverage. They can just get the heart. They can heart and stroke. They can just get the cancer plan. They can have anywhere from $5,000 in benefit all the way up to $75,000 for each one. So if they got what I refer to as the Cadillac plan, which is the cancer, heart, and stroke, they can get a total of $150,000 in lump sum coverage. So there are a few riders available on that plan as well. We have our hospital indemnity select plan. This helps ease the cost of when someone is admitted to a hospital. It's guaranteed issue from ages 64 and a half to age 70. So do pay attention to that because we don't ask any health questions. We have benefits ranging from $750 a day up to $10,000 a day, depending on the age. You can really, again, tailor this product to fit the client's needs. And we have a new Medicare Advantage mapping tool. So those of Medicare age, it really takes the guesswork out of what plan is going to be best for them. You simply go into our quoting tool, and it is going to, you're going to select the plan that they are currently on or they're going to be enrolling in, and it will automatically fill the gaps in those plans and tell you what they need so that they're covered in those hospitalization scenarios. So a lot of talk around hospital indemnity plans. We've got an absolutely fantastic one. I would definitely take a look at it because it's super helpful. And it's, again, wide issue ranges as well. So even those individuals down to age 18 can take advantage of that product. Now, only guaranteed issue for 64 and a half to age 70. We got a secure advantage plan. So it's our final expense. Ranges from issue ages from 0 to 85, giving you a much broader range of availability to cover clients. It is really, if you gauge plans based on their pricing, very, very inexpensive. It's one of the most inexpensive final expense plans in the market. It is geared towards a healthier client, but that doesn't mean you can't have issues. As an example, if you have an individual that is over age 50, that's insulin dependent diabetic, they can take up to 55 units of insulin a day and still qualify for our plan. It is a first day coverage plan. We do not have a graded or guaranteed issue. It's simply for those individuals. Dental, vision, and hearing. If you've got clients that have eyes, ears, and teeth, this is a great plan that you can implement there. Offers up to $5,000 of coverage for each individual. We've got different level plans, of course, family, individual and spouse, et cetera, that you can incorporate there. So those are some of the other products that we offer in our product set. All of those, again, are available to you to sell in the markets that you serve. I should say where they're approved in the markets that you serve, but we do have a pretty wide distribution of these products. All right, so before we get into the actual product, I just want to take a moment and, why should you bundle these products? So one of the things I guess I would share with you, what we've seen is changes in the market. I think we've all seen that. Our agents are looking for ways to diversify and drive additional income and revenue. Over the years, we've really seen a lot of agents pouring into this ancillary market. Because not only because of the income that they can gain from selling these, but also because the value add for their clients. Retention when you sell these products, cross-selling in a house is a variety of things. Statistics show that if you sell one product in a house, on average, you're going to keep about 30 to 35% of those clients. Two products sold within a household, you keep roughly about 60% of those clients on the books. Three has always been kind of the magic number. I used to work in banking and the statistics were very, very similar. Three or more products in a household keeps that client on the books from around 85 to 92% of the time, and it keeps them your client for 5 years on average. So it drives a lot more revenue, and part of the reason that is you become what is referred to as that subject matter expert. They rely on you because you've developed a relationship and you're helping them to resolve multiple issues that they perceive as things that could cause them some pain in the future. And so you always know if you're the subject matter expert if you ever get a call from your client and they say, "Hey, I got some guy called me." Or some lady called me and they told me that I wasn't taking advantage of all the things that come along with Medicare. Well, if they're calling you to share that with you, it means that you've built enough of a relationship with them that they trust what you have to say, becoming that subject matter expert. And if you look at those clients that do that, it's a pretty high probability that you have sold multiple products in that house. So being that subject matter expert really does matter. So biggest thing I would say is just be consistent with selling these products and talking about them. Start with one or two that really have some big value adds for you. When you look at all the products that we have available, it can be a little bit overwhelming. But some of the products that we've covered with Miranda and team over the past, we did another webinar previously, are going to be some of your big value adds for this time of year. Of course, the home healthcare being one of them, but just be consistent when you're offering these. The first time you presented to a Medicare client or whatever type of client you work with, if you think back to that first presentation, you'll probably admit it wasn't very good. But now you can do with your eyes closed. The same thing is true of these products. You just have to add it into the presentation. I promise you there's a lot of value you can add to the clients, but you just got to do it. So don't forget to work your existing book and focus on what I refer to as a needs-based selling approach. Don't lead with a product. Ask the client questions. In banking, I always used to tell people that asking questions is selling, telling is not. Telling is not selling. You're simply just trying to place a product instead of solving for a need. Find out what those needs are by asking good questions, and then you can fill those gaps or those issues with a product. So just some helpful hints there. Okay, so I believe that today the home healthcare is really a big value add because most people don't have any form of, call it long-term care coverage that can provide them help if they were in an event that they needed some help at home. When you look at the benefits for this policy, there's really a lot of value that is incorporated into it. Price-wise, the cost of these products is very nominal, and it's got a very high issue rate, and we'll go through why that is when we talk through the app. But for the bang for the buck, this is a really great product. I sold a ton of these as an agent because I felt it was a very easy sale because of all the value that it had. And there's some additional benefits that they can take advantage of that reduces the overall premium. So home health care is the fastest growing segment of the healthcare industry today. So it's really important to have coverage in place when events like this occur. I will tell you that not all plans are all things to all people. What I mean by that is when you look at statistics, one of the things that we've seen is that 3 out of 5 people that declared bankruptcy in the U.S. was a direct result of medical expenses. Now that seems reasonable because we know how high those expenses can be, but think about this: 78% of those individuals had traditional healthcare plans in place. So again, not every plan is everything for every people. That's why this ancillary market was born. People really do need these products. They are very high value. And by current estimates, 9 to 11 million Americans today need home health care. So there's a large market. Obviously, those aren't going to be a great client for you if they already need home health care. But it just tells you that this is a very fast growing segment of the industry, and it's important to talk to people. If you give people a choice between recovering in a nursing home or going to their actual home to receive care, I would tell you that the vast majority are going to rather do that in their own home versus going to a facility. The plan is an indemnity plan, which means that it's going to pay benefits regardless of what other coverage they have in place. So even if they have limited coverage from their Medicare plan or other health care plans, this plan is going to pay regardless of if anything else is in place to pay some of those benefits or a limited amount. We do not coordinate benefits, is what they call it. So issue ages of this product, 45 to 89, guaranteed renewable for life, simple issue underwriting. Again, I'm going to go through the underwriting on this particular plan in a few minutes. We do have a prescription drug available in most states. So again, I don't know why certain states don't allow for the prescription drug benefit. And I'll cover that in a minute. It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's literally a reimbursement. And it gives the client money back in their pocket. But I've stopped trying to rationalize things on what the Department of Insurance does in each individual state and just kind of have to accept it at this point. So, but do make sure there's not a whole lot of states that don't allow it, but there are some, so do be aware of that. We do have 3 plans available for the home health care select benefits, ranging from our classic plan of $150 to our premier plan, which is $300, and our deluxe plan, which is $450, and that's per calendar day. If you look at some of these different, these are per each line item there. So for an example, nursing care, physical therapy, speech pathology, all of those are $150 a day, and et cetera, as you go down the list there. We do have a home health care aid. So depending on the plan that you choose, $40, $80, or $120 per day for home health care aid. And then the prescription drug benefit, which I mentioned before. So depending on the plan, you can get $300 or $600 for drug reimbursement. So what that means is that if you take let's say you've got a client that takes a generic drug, they can get $10 back, up to $600 on the Premier or Deluxe plan back on those generic drugs. They don't even have to pay anything for them. It doesn't matter. They're still going to have their prescription drug plan with whatever carrier they have that with, but when they fill it, they can submit that to us. And again, even if they don't pay anything for that drug whatsoever, we'll still give them $10 back for every generic and $25 for each brand name, all the way up to $600 per year back in reimbursement. So I'll show you how to offset that on the premium and some best practices around that in a little bit, but they get that benefit as well. So we do have riders available on the product, so such as routine annual physical examination, the accidental death and dismemberment, home medical equipment benefit rider, ambulance benefit rider, accident expense benefit rider. All of these can be added for an additional premium. What I would tell you is these little ancillary items that you add on really create some stickiness for the client, especially if you're identifying some issues that they're potentially concerned about, instead of just adding the riders willy-nilly. It's really going to tie them into it because of some of those extra benefits too that they look at. If someone else calls them and says, well, I got the next greatest and best thing, they're going to have some of these additional benefits involved with the policy. Okay, so let's take a look at it like a real life scenario for this policy and some best practices around selling it. So in this example, if we take an individual between the ages of 65 to 69, so this is an age banded product. So what that means is that when you're looking at those age bands, it is the only product that we have that isn't issue age rated. Issue age rated means when you get the policy, that premium is going to stay the same for the remainder of that client's life. This is the only product we have that isn't that. This is standard in the industry for home health care products, that they're age banded because of the likelihood of somebody actually having to use this product. So the premium does go up every 5 years based on what you're seeing there. In this example, we're going to take somebody between the ages of 65 to 69 on the Premier plan. So as we look at what that looks like, it's $35.15 a month. We are going to add some additional riders to this policy. These riders are issue age rated, so these are not going to change, but the premium for the base plan, again, will change as time goes along. So $35.15, the base plan. We have got the $12.85 in riders. So our total premium of $48 per month times 12 is $576 in annual cost. On this particular plan, at that age group, they get a $600 RX reimbursement. So as long as they can maximize that, you are seeing that correctly, which is why I said earlier, this plan is really easy to sell. They can actually make what, $24 in the year. I said that right. They can make $24 in the year if they can maximize that RX benefit and they submit for that claim. So very, very, very affordable. When I sold this product, I will tell you, I did not mention the RX benefit when I was, as I was going through the presentation. And the reason for that is this product has plenty of benefits as it sits to justify the cost of the product, right? I mean, if you look at it, the Premier plan offers $300 a day in-home care. That's a nice chunk of change if someone were needing to use it, up to 365 days of coverage. So certainly a lot of money sitting there. But when, I don't care if something's $1. If you tell somebody it's $1, they would say, hey, if it was only 50 cents, I would totally get it. And that's where this RX reimbursement benefit comes in. So in this scenario, I'd have shared that was $48 a month for a total of $576 for the year for all of those benefits that we discussed. Tie it back to one of the pain points that they were talking about, and that's, again, the needs-based selling part. And when they say, hey, it's just a little outside of my price range, you know what? I'm Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. I totally forgot to mention that this product has a built-in RX reimbursement. And based off the drugs that you're taking, you're actually going to get $600 back a year in drug RX benefits. So in this scenario, you're actually going to make $24 for the calendar year. And that's how I would use the RX benefit. It's kind of hard to argue that. And even if it was half of the premium, right? So let's say they got $30 a month back in RX benefit. It's still $360 for the calendar year, taken off that $576. So it really reduces the overall cost, which is why it's such a no-brainer to get this product when you're talking to your clients. It's a high value add and very inexpensive for what they get. Okay, so a couple quick notes about it. For the first, loss, of course, must be incurred after the policy's effective date, and must be the services must be provided in your home, right? It's home health care. And the home health care aid benefit works the same. The policy is going to engage in a time in the future when you're unable to perform two of the activities of daily living. This cannot be come from Cousin Eddie that says you can't do it. It's got to come from your physician. Your physician will submit the information that you cannot perform two of the activities of daily living, or that you've got a cognitive impairment where continuous supervision is necessary, and that's where this policy will engage. Restoration of benefits. So if someone goes on claim, once they come off claim, they have to be off claim for 180 days before this policy will reinstate to day one coverage. There's no maximum times that this product can be executed on. So if someone could in their lifetime use this benefit many times, the only caveat there is that they've got to have 180 consecutive days in between claims when they use it. So I kind of mentioned this already, but it's guaranteed renewable for life. So guaranteed for your lifetime. Again, they can re-engage that policy as many times as they want, as long as they have that 180 days in between it. Okay, so application. The beauty of the product is it only has 2 knockout questions. It's as close as guaranteed issue as it gets. Practically everybody who applies for this product is approved. The two knockout questions are essentially, are you currently living in a nursing home or assisted living facility? So are you currently on claim today? And are you able to perform the activities of daily living? If they are not currently on claim and they can perform the activities of daily living, they can get the product. We do not do an MIB. We do not do a prescription history check. That is simply all that it is, and they can get the product. So if they answer both, those questions, no. Up to age around 70 to 74, if they can max out the prescription drug benefit, as I was showing you earlier, they may only pay a couple dollars a month for this product. So again, very, very easy to be able to get your clients on this product, and a big value add, of course. So we've got the home healthcare benefits claim form. So all of this is available on within the agent portal. The client can have they can create their own portal. There's a lot of different ways you can submit claims. We try to make it as easy as we can. They can submit it through their own portal. We have the easy upload system. They can fax it to us. Again, just a lot of different ways, whatever is most convenient for them. We pretty much allow everything but smoke signals. So as far as the app is concerned, our easy upload system, they don't even have to download it to their phone. They literally can go to a QR code, put in their client information, and then take a picture and send it to us. So again, we know technology is an important part of day-to-day life. We just try to give you as many options as we can to facilitate an easy resolution to the claim. So this is our current distribution map. We are continuing to grow this. So if there's, certain states are just a little bit more challenging than others to get into. So if your state is not showing up, or there's a state you sell in, because I know a lot of people do phone sales, and you want a little bit more information, hopefully you grabbed my email address from that first slide. I'll also give it to you here at the end as well. Or my phone number, you can certainly reach out, and I can tell you, in certain states, I can tell you, hey, at this time we're not proceeding forward, or we filed and we are waiting for a response from the Department of Insurance. But either way, I can give you some additional information. I will tell you that Northeast Corridor has always been a little bit challenging to get product into, and your usual suspects of Florida, California, and Washington are also a little bit more challenging. That doesn't mean we're not trying to push in there, but again, this is where we sit today. We have, we really have a great agent support system. We do everything in our power to make it easy to do business with. Again, you have access to myself, but if you run into a snag, very experienced dynamic support team there, available Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central, Friday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Our goal with our agent sales support team is really to provide you with that very first touch point, be able to reach out and talk to somebody that we can help you with the onboarding process, accessing the agent resource center, of submitting a claim, product knowledge. They're really the quarterback of ManhattanLife. We have low hold times. We feel that human touch is far better than having to wait for a response. And we have some very experienced members of our team. So, getting you back to do what you do best, which is helping your customers, is really what our agent field force has experienced. I can tell you it's the biggest compliment I get as I go out and visit with people in branch locations, is that inevitably someone will come up and tell me an experience they had with our agent sales support team, which is pretty uncommon in today's day and age, that people have a positive experience. So again, we really feel like this is a partnership, like you're part of our team. You've got myself, Miranda and team, and of course our agent sales support team to help you in any way that we can. We also understand there'll be times you're not going to be able to connect with us during our normal business hours. So we have a email address that you can email them at. They're very prompt with responses there as well. So just tailor the approach that works best for you. We talked about this a little bit earlier, and I've come to realize that Miranda is also a level 1 tech. I'll explain what that means. So we dealt with some technical issues as we were getting on. For some reason, my entire screen went absolutely black, and I've got 3 screens and they were all the same. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't do anything. And Miranda said, my experience is if you turn it off and turn it back on, that will help resolve it. That is level 1 tech expertise right there, which is also what I have as level 1 tech expertise. So if you have run into any other issues that's technology wise, and it is, I'm going to tell you to turn your machine off, turn it back on. If that doesn't resolve all of your problems, I will have you give our agent sales support team a call as well, because they can help resolve that. It's not that it happens often. Just want you guys to know where I'm at with my tech experience there. And congratulations to Miranda for being a level 1 tech. A couple other quick things, and then I will see if there's any questions. But for the past 16 years, in addition to the commissions that you make, we have had 2 top-notch incentive trips. In 2025, it was in Greece and Vancouver, British Columbia. In 2026, it's Cabo San Lucas and Madrid, Spain. So some pretty great places to go to. The qualifications for that particular trip was started on February 1st of this year and run until January 31st of next year. So still plenty of time to get in there, sell some product, and join us. I'm hoping that you do, because if you don't go, I don't go. So it's a very symbiotic relationship, and would love to be able to go out there with you guys. So we also run some other incentives throughout the course of the year. Besides that, some cash incentives. So stay tuned for those, be on the lookout. But right now we don't have anything scheduled. Again, I told you I'd share my information with you again here at the end. There it is. So feel free to take a screenshot if you want to listen to this all over again, and certainly will be there as well. But we know you got a lot of choices when it comes to who you work with. We really do appreciate the opportunity to support you. If there's anything that I can do, more than happy to help. And I really do appreciate Miranda and team for inviting me on today and allowing me to speak to you all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that.
You bet. My pleasure. Do we have any questions?
If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute. That was great. It was thorough. It was pretty straightforward, really, as far as how the product works. As far as brochures, either customer facing or for agent, that can all be downloaded in the agent portal.
Yep, we got it. You can download it in the agent portal. Of course, you can save it as a PDF. You can hit us up to print them off and send it to you. So all of that's available right in the agent resource center. So pretty easy to navigate through there. It's in the product download section.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, no questions coming in. That was fantastic, Aaron. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and it's a great product.
Appreciate it. If you guys, again, if you need any help or something comes up later, don't hesitate to reach out. Glad to help in any way that I can.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.